Welcome to Sherlock Holmes and the Vanishing Thread. This is Chapter 2, titled The Seamstress's Shadow, from an original Sherlock Holmes mystery written by A.D. Graham and narrated using an AI voice. Settle in and return with us now to Baker Street. Chapter 2, The Seamstress's Shadow. Threadgill & Company had once stood in respectable repute, a discreet tailoring establishment off Portman Square, whose windows reflected quiet prosperity rather than display. Its proprietor, Fabian Threadgill, was a man of narrow shoulders and narrower temper, possessed of an eye for detail and a talent for silence. Gentlemen who valued discretion above fashion found their way to his door. Among his seamstresses, none was more trusted than Eleanor Price. "She had a gift," Clara said, seated once more beside our fire. "Her stitches were so fine they disappeared into the cloth. She said a garment should never announce the hand that made it." Holmes listened with his head inclined, fingertips pressed together. "One evening," Clara continued, "she showed me a waistcoat she was finishing. Inside the lining, she had sewn a single red thread. She told me it was her guide, that in low light she could find her place without error." "And she was proud of it," Holmes observed. "Yes, too proud, perhaps." A week later, Eleanor did not return home. Threadgill's explanation changed with repetition. First, there had been an ailing relative in the country, then a sudden opportunity elsewhere. Finally, he suggested she had taken ill and left without notice. Each version was offered with the same careful tone, as though honesty were merely another garment to be worn when convenient. Not long after, a fire consumed Threadgill & Company. The flames were swift and thorough. Neighbors spoke of smoke that burned the eyes and a smell unlike ordinary timber. By morning, little remained beyond blackened stone and a stair that led nowhere. No body was found. The matter was closed. Holmes rose and crossed to the window, peering into the fog. "A vanished woman, a burned shop, and a ledger that refuses to remain buried," he said. "These are not coincidences, Miss Price. They are correspondences." He turned sharply. "You were followed here." Clara stiffened. "The mud upon your hem lies behind you, not before," Holmes explained calmly. "Someone walked close, a man of long stride, unaccustomed to stealth. A soldier's gait, long retired." Her hands tightened in her lap. "I feared as much." Holmes nodded once. "Then we must proceed with care." "You believe my sister lives?" she asked, scarcely above a whisper. Holmes regarded her steadily. "I believe she sewed more than seams." You have just listened to Chapter 2 of Sherlock Holmes and the Vanishing Thread by A.D. Graham. If you are enjoying the story, please like, subscribe, and return for Chapter 3 as the mystery deepens. Until then, the game continues.